you guys doing tonight? You guys look good. That's good. Of course, that's just my opinion. We're all entitled to opinions. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. See Failure Lab. It's the first time for me, as well as everybody else. Speaking of opinions, I've got one of my own, so don't look up any facts on this or don't beat me up if I'm wrong on this, but it's my opinion to be the very best at something, you have to give 110%. And I'm talking about like Olympic gold medalists. I'm talking about rags to riches billionaire businessmen. These people give 110% of themselves. They 80 hours a week. They ignore weekends. Vacations don't exist. They are the best at what they do. To be 100%, I think you have to give, well, to be your personal best, I think you have to give 100% of yourself. I think you have to, and this can be done in a 40-hour work week. This could be as a mom, a dad, coach on a baseball team. It could be showing up for a 5K or a marathon. It could be being your best at going to your boss, knowing that you've given 100%, being confident in asking for that raise. And in my opinion, again, I think to be your personal best, you have to be 100%. And then there's the idea of being good. And to be good, I think you have to give 79, 80%. I'm good at a lot of things. I am. You see, Julius asked me to consider the opportunity to come speak tonight at Failure Lab, and I thought, hell yeah, sounds like a good idea. Might be fun. Might learn something about myself, and I did. And after I asked him actually what Failure Lab was, and I looked into it and I read about it, I found out that it was a little deeper, a little bigger than what I anticipated. So I knew you guys didn't want to hear about my golf game, bowling, my inability to do the Thriller dance correctly. I know you guys didn't want to know about that. So I put together a list of all my failures in life. And through the process of elimination, I eliminated every single failure. So I found myself at the gym talking to a buddy of mine. And I told him my dilemma of where I was at and what was going on. And he said, Dustin, when have you actually ever failed at anything? And I was flattered. That meant a lot to me, but it didn't really help me out at the moment. And I kind of brushed it off because he's only known me for a couple of years, so I had to dig deeper into my history. So I was married about 8 years ago, and I'm thinking back of a time that my wife and I had some friends over for dinner. And she went on to say that Dustin does everything about 80%. These beautiful wood floors that we've put down, he did a great job on them. But if you notice the trim all the way around the room, yeah, the nail holes, they're not filled. And if you go in the spare bedroom, you'll notice that the room's painted. It's beautiful, but he never cut in anything. He didn't paint around all the moldings. And upstairs in the bathroom, yeah, he put tile down. He even put it at a 45-degree angle. Looks great, but he never put the toilet back in. I knew what she was talking about, but I didn't think you guys would want to hear that as being my failure. So I kept searching, and over the weeks, I found myself in a breakdancing class. Yes, I'm 38, and I do breakdancing. And I'm probably the oldest person by 23 years. But in this breakdancing class, I found the owner of the outfit. He's also the coach. He was talking about top rocks, floor work, and power moves. And top rocks in breakdancing, or to b-boys, is the kind of, before you go into it, It's your upper body movement, what you do with your feet. The floor movements are getting intertwined with your feet and your legs and your arms. And then there's the power moves that are ridiculously hard, up on one arm with your feet pointing in different directions, your tongue hanging out or something like that. And a lot of b-boys or breakdancers don't excel. They don't push themselves to be better at the power moves because they're ridiculously hard. They're going to have to try harder. And when you try harder, there's potential for failure on your way to success. And in succeeding those moves, they get comfortable in doing what they're comfortable at on the floor moves and the top rocks. They just don't even try that. And after I heard him say this, it all kind of clicked. It just kind of hit me between what Adam had said about breakdancing, what my friend Kyle had said about not failing, and what my ex-wife had said about finishing things around 80%. It hit me pretty hard that my failure is, I've never failed. Don't throw anything at me, and just bear with me. I know that sounds cocky as shit. It does. But that's because I've never succeeded. I've never pushed myself to success, because I know failure's on the way, and I'm scared to death of failure. An example of this is I do a workout called CrossFit. Some of you guys are familiar with it. And in CrossFit, there's the workout of the day, which is a WOD. And you can go in every day and find out what the WOD of the day is. And there's a whiteboard. You can see everybody's times or what their scores are. And I found myself, after doing CrossFit for about a year and a half, I was in the top 5 every day. It made me feel good. I was complacent. I was happy. I was content. I hate that word. But to move forward beyond that, I know that I would have to put in extra effort. And those extra efforts were in the weight room, where people who put forth 100% or 110% of themselves were pushing themselves even further. They were working on their techniques. They were lifting heavier weights, form. They were working on cardio, breathing, lots of things. And I was out here I was okay with just being good at the WOD every day. But these other competitors, they were going to competitions and really furthering themselves, which I didn't need to do that. So my fear was going into that weight room and lifting, maybe like doing a back squat, maybe the same weight as my bench press, which is that's not good. Success is like the goal line at the other end of the field, and failure is the 11 bastards that are chasing you, and they want to just beat you down. So that didn't sound very fun to me. I stepped over here. I chose band. Because in band, you can march all over that field. While doing so, you can toot your own horn. You're still the halftime entertainment, and not one bastard took you down. It's real simple. Failures are they're obstacles that lie in front of great success. And in order to be successful, you have to give 100%. You have to give 110% of yourself. Unless you want to be content and just good. I'm good. It's just something that I'm scared to death of failure. Guys, thank you.